Hi, good morning. Thought I'd record a video blog for this because I thought it was quite interesting. So many of you, if you know the background story, I found my dad's car. It had been in his ownership for 53 years, been out of the family for 2 years in America, and I found it back in Britain and bought it back. And I came up with an idea very early on of using the car as a legacy in memory of my dad, and that when I could no longer drive the car, that I would sell it and donate the proceeds to the Alzheimer's Society. And being practical, I might not be around when that day happens. I hope I am. I'd love to meet the new owner, but I might not be. So quite early on, I was aware of the legacy giving option to the Alzheimer's Society. So in addition to all of the great work, memory walks, cupcake days, goodness, they do so many different themes of fundraising and getting involved. I didn't realise until I'd met Rhiannon, who is the Central Legacy Officer for the Alzheimer's Society. Rhiannon told me that the majority of charities, to keep the doors open, is actually through legacy giving, i.e. through your will. So I thought, practically speaking, James, that is something you really need to do and get a will updated. In fact, get a will. I had no reason before now to have one. And the Alzheimer's Society, they basically have two schemes that you can get involved with in terms of writing your will. There's no obligation, by the way. I'm just telling you this as an individual, a private individual. There's no obligation, even once you use the free will writing service. You're not obligated to, you're not contracted to write a will with the charity. So there's two ways of doing it. You can either go to a local solicitor, and the Alzheimer's Society on their website they'll send you a pack. It includes all the information and a voucher. So you get a discount voucher for the will writing service for your local solicitor. And if you go online via the website, you'll find a list of your local solicitors. So it's dead easy. It's that easy that this pack has sat on my desk for 2 years since I went to a legacy event at Himley Hall, a local event to me, to find out all about legacy giving. And yeah, it was a great event. I met some great people, and some of which I'm in touch with still. But clearly for me, in my life, I've not prioritised, I've had no reason to prioritise legally having a will written, but it's time to get that sorted. So when I was catching up with Rhiannon this week, we've recorded some interviews for internal purposes within the charity to promote legacy giving, because strangely, well maybe not strangely, people don't like talking about death or about practical matters. And let's be honest, if you're going to leave a charity money or some of your estate in your will, there'll be a personal reason for why you've chosen that charity, and it might be more than one charity, for example. But for me, I'd always promised to leave the car to the Alzheimer's Society, and it's not easy to donate a car through a rattle tin or through the post. So it will be auctioned off, and all the money from the car will go to the Alzheimer's Society. So I thought, practical moment, I'd like to be around when the car's auctioned off, but in reality, I might not be. So it's important that I update my will. And I'd agreed with Rhiannon that I'd do a video blog as I'm not going to, as I clearly can't, because I haven't been able to. I viewed it, perhaps, I didn't prioritise it. It's to me and my lifestyle a hassle. Booking, driving into Birmingham, parking, having your appointment with a solicitor. I mean, really, it isn't difficult, is it? Millions of people do it every year, probably. So probably you maybe just need to insert the word laziness in here. So when I caught up with Rhiannon, she said, well, we've got a new online service. And I felt, wow, now that's a bit more me. It's more of a digital solution with a provider that they have called Fairwill. So I'm using it today. I promised her. So 2 years after receiving the legacy pack, I'm now actually less than 7 days actually, after talking to Rhiannon, I agreed this weekend I would complete my will and I'd record it to show and discuss partly the legacy project that I'm undertaking, but also to hopefully reassure you how easy and quick it is to do. So I'm literally going to go through, you don't have to watch me while I'm doing that, I'm going to come back and update you. I'm going to keep an eye on the time and be able to tell you how I felt it much easier to use that method. But of course there is still the previous method. You can still go in, and it's still obviously a legal document and requires all of the legal rigor around that to make sure that it's a legal document. So I'm just recording this as a private individual, no association, no bonuses given to me. Anybody, as you say, that have heard my story and understand what I'm trying to do, I feel that anything we can do to promote not just the cause of the Alzheimer's Society and the cause of Alzheimer's and dementia, but actually the legacy giving, because I sense from the charity and other charities I've worked with, people don't like to talk about it. And I understand that, I respect that, but perhaps if anyone's watching this and they've not thought up to now about writing a will. I certainly didn't in my 20s and 30s, for example. And as I said, I don't have a reason to. I don't have children, and I'm currently not in a relationship. So there is, and I'm not a homeowner, so there is no reason for me to have, or certainly in my head, a will. But I want to make sure, as I say, that the car is safely gifted along with other people, accounted for in that will. So I hope that's interesting to you. If it isn't, thanks for listening. I'm just, as I say, going to record a couple of the processes as I go through. So stay tuned, and if you haven't written a will, please write one. You don't have to give to the Alzheimer's Society, it's your choice. But please do remember a charity in your will. I guess that's what I'm saying from here. I'm choosing Alzheimer's Society. Clearly you can choose many other worthy charities, a charity that is close to you. For me, I lost my dad to Alzheimer's, and therefore the Alzheimer's Society provided great support for me, my stepmum, even though she's in Canada. There's an Alzheimer's Society in Canada. And I lost my mum to cancer, so two horrible diseases. I make sure I mark both, so my will reflect that. But anyway, enough rambling. I'm getting on with the job, finally.